Hello everyone, welcome to Full Moon Movies. There are certain films that quietly pull you into their world rather than overwhelming you with spectacle. Croupier is one of those films, released in 1998 and directed by Mike Hodges. The movie becomes a cult favorite largely because of the cool, detached performance of Clive Owen. What begins as a simple story about a man working in a casino slowly unfolds into a psychological study about control, morality, and the strange seduction of risk. The story follows Jack Manfred, an aspiring writer who finds himself struggling financially. To make ends meet, he reluctantly takes a job as a croupier in London casino. Now, from that moment, Jack steps into the casino environment. The film begins to build a hypnotic atmosphere. The roulette wheels, the constant movement of chips, and the silent tension of gamblers watching their money disappear create a world that feels both glamorous and quietly destructive. Jack approaches the job with emotional distance. As a writer, he sees the casino not just an employment but a research. He observes gamblers the way a novelist studies characters, watching their desperation, arrogance, and hope. Now, this detachment is captured perfectly through the film's voice over narration, which lets us hear Jack's internal thoughts as he analyzes the people around him. It's a clever storytelling device that gives the film the tone of a literary neo. Now, what makes Jack fascinating is that he believes he is different from the gamblers. The casino rule he repeats throughout the film is simple. The croupier must remain neutral. He does not gamble, he does not emotionally engage, and he never lets the players see any reaction. But slowly, the film begins to challenge that belief. Even though Jack does not gamble with money, he begins to gamble with his life. Several key relationships shape Jack's journey. His girlfriend, Marion, initially supports his writing ambitions but becomes increasingly uncomfortable with his growing fascination with the casino world. Meanwhile, a mysterious gambler named Johnny approaches him with an unusual proposition to help to orchestrate a casino robbery. Now, this moment becomes the turning point of the film, forcing Jack to confront the moral boundaries he thought he had carefully maintained. One of the most memorable aspects of Croupier is its tone. The film feels like a modern reinterpretation of classic film noir. Jack is detached protagonist, moving through a world of temptation and manipulation while trying to maintain control. But like many neo heroes, his belief is his own detachment slowly proves to be an illusion. Clive Owen's performance is a major reason the film works so well. Jack is not an openly emotional character. He rarely raises his voice or displays strong reactions. Instead, Owen plays him with quiet confidence and subtle arrogance. His calm demeanor behind the roulette table makes him seem almost mechanical, an observer rather than a participant. But as the story progresses, small changes in his expression reveals the cracks beneath the surface. One standout scene occurs when Jack explains the psychology of gamblers. He describes how players convince them that luck will eventually turn in their favor, even when the odds remain the same. Now, that moment reveals something deeper about Jack himself. He may believe he is immune to risk, but he is gradually becoming part of the same system he studies. Director Mike Hodges handles the material with remarkable restraint. Rather than relying on flashy visuals or dramatic action sequences, the film builds tension through atmosphere and character observation. The casino's environment is portrayed as both seductive and oppressive. The soft lighting, constant clicking of chips, and the quiet concentration of gamblers create an almost hypnotic rhythm. The cinematography reinforces this mood. Much of the film takes place inside the casino, where lighting is dim and controlled. The visual design emphasizes the feeling of a closed world, one where time feels suspended and reality outside the casino fades away. Music in this film is subtle but effective. Instead of dominating the scenes, it quietly supports the mood of tension and introspection. The restrained approach fits perfectly with the film's overall tone, which actually prioritizes the psychological tension over spectacle. Now, when Croupier was first released, did not really achieve any major commercial success in the United Kingdom. However, the film found a second life internationally, especially in the United States, where critics praised its intelligent storytelling and Clive Owen's performance. Over time, it gained recognition as one of the most underrated British neo-noir films of the 1990s. Some critics have even pointed out that the film's pacing can feel slow compared to modern cinema thrillers. Others felt the narrative focus on internal monologues made it feel more like a literary rather than cinematic. But for many viewers, these visual qualities are exactly what makes the film unique. Croupier is less interested in action than in psychology of risk. What makes the film particularly interesting today is how its theme remains relevant. Casinos are designed around illusion of control, and gamblers believe they can really outsmart the system. Even though the house always holds the advantage, Jack begins the film believing he is actually outside that system. Now, by the end, he realizes that he may be just another player. The final moments of the film actually reinforce this idea. Jack's experiences in the casino ultimately becomes material for his novel, blurring the line between observer and participant. The story suggests that writers, like gamblers, are constantly taking risks, investing time, reputation, and identity in uncertain outcomes. Croupier remains a fascinating film because of this layered storytelling. It works as a crime drama, a character study, and even a psychological reflection on chance and control. The casino setting becomes a metaphor for life itself, a place where people actually constantly believe they can beat the odds. More than 2 decades after its release, the film still holds a unique place within the neo-noir genre. Its quiet intensity, strong central performance, and thoughtful exploration of risk make it stand out from more conventional crime films. For viewers who actually appreciate character-driven storytelling and atmospheric filmmaking, Croupier is a movie that rewards patience and attention. And beneath its calm surface lies a subtle but powerful meditation on ambition, temptation, and the strange allure of the game. Now, this movie is a must-watch.